Have you ever felt trapped by expectations? Forced into a life you didn't choose? What if the only way out was through the land of the dead? Today, we're diving deep into the hauntingly beautiful world of Tim Burton's Corpse Bride, a story that teaches us about love, loss, and the incredible power of letting go. Our story begins in a dreary gray Victorian town where two families, the newly rich Van Dorts and the impoverished aristocrats, the Everglots, are planning a wedding. This isn't a union of love, but a transaction of social status. The Van Dorts crave a title, and the Everglots desperately need money to save their crumbling estate. At the center of this arrangement are Victor Van Dort and Victoria Everglot, two shy, sensitive souls about to be bound together for life. They've never even met, and the weight of their parents' ambitions presses down on them. Their anxiety is palpable. How can you promise forever to a stranger when your heart isn't in it? This sets the stage for a journey where love must find its way through a maze of obligation and fear. The pressure cooker of family expectations finally explodes at the wedding rehearsal. The whole event is a disaster. Victor, already a bundle of nerves, can't remember his vows. He fumbles, he stutters, and he accidentally sets his future mother-in-law's dress on fire. The ring, a symbol of their union, goes flying. The chaos is amplified by the presence of the smug and mysterious Lord Barkis, who seems to revel in Victor's failure. The rehearsal is called off, leaving Victor feeling humiliated and even more insecure. He runs off into the dark, desolate woods, convinced he's a complete failure. This moment isn't just about a clumsy rehearsal. It's a powerful symbol of the immense pressure these young people are under, trying to live up to roles they never asked for. Fleeing into the gloomy forest, Victor finally finds a moment alone to practice his vows. He places the wedding ring on what he thinks is a twisted tree branch. But it's not a branch. It's the skeletal finger of Emily, the corpse bride. As he recites the vows perfectly, he unknowingly binds himself to her, and is dragged down into the vibrant, colorful underworld. This world is a stark contrast to the living world's gray monotony. Here, the dead are more alive than the living, full of music, laughter, and camaraderie. This transition forces us to question our own perceptions of life and death. Is a long, dreary life better than a joyful, albeit short, existence? Emily herself is a tragic figure, a bride left waiting at the altar, her hope for true love tragically cut short. Her eternal wait for liberation is about to collide with Victor's desperate desire to escape. To understand Emily, we have to understand her pain. The Underworld skeleton band tells her story in a jazzy, upbeat tune that belies its tragic core. Emily was a beautiful, wealthy young woman who fell deeply in love with a charming stranger. She planned to elope with him, taking her family's jewels and fortune. But as she waited for him in the woods, dressed in her wedding gown, he murdered her, stole her riches, and left her for dead. Her story is a heartbreaking tale of betrayal. This unresolved trauma is what keeps her tethered between worlds, unable to find peace. Her soul is trapped by grief and the broken promise of love. This backstory adds a profound layer of complexity to her character. She isn't just a spooky corpse but a victim of profound heartbreak, whose longing for love is both her greatest strength and her deepest wound. Back in the underworld, Victor feels trapped while Emily, surprisingly, feels a glimmer of hope. She's finally a bride, even if her groom is terrified and from the world of the living. She suggests a plan. They should go upstairs to introduce Victor's new bride to his parents. For Victor, this is a perfect opportunity to escape and get back to Victoria. For Emily, it's a chance to feel accepted, to be seen not as a corpse but as a wife. Her vulnerability is on full display. All she wants is a family and the love she was denied. They trick an elder into giving them a potion for a temporary visit. This journey back to the land of the living is a crucial turning point. It's where Victor and Emily start to truly see each other, moving beyond their initial fear and desperation. Their plan, born from deceit, ironically forces them to communicate and begin building a real, albeit complicated, connection. But the trip to the land of the living ends in disaster. Victor manages to see Victoria, telling her he loves her and explaining his bizarre predicament. But Emily sees them together and feels a devastating wave of betrayal. To her, it's history repeating itself, another man she loves choosing someone else. She drags a heartbroken Victor back to the underworld, her pain and anger palpable. This is where their emotional conflict reaches a peak. Victor feels trapped by a promise he made by accident. Emily feels betrayed by the one person who gave her hope. They are both stuck in their own tragic stories, unable to see the other's perspective. It's a painful reminder that without empathy and real listening, misunderstandings can fester and cause even deeper wounds. They are at an impasse, both hurting and both desperately needing to be understood. While Victor is trapped below, things are getting desperate upstairs. Victoria, convinced of Victor's story, tries to get help, but everyone thinks she's gone mad. Seeing an opportunity, the villainous Lord Barkis swoops in. He convinces the Everglots that he can save their family's reputation by marrying Victoria himself. Her parents, seeing their social standing about to crumble, force her into it. The pressure is immense. We see Victoria's despair as she's pushed into another loveless marriage, this time with a man she instinctively distrusts. Meanwhile, in the Underworld, Victor learns of this impending wedding. In a moment of profound character growth, he realizes his own happiness isn't the only thing at stake. He decides he must make the ultimate sacrifice to save Victoria, even if it means giving up his own life for good. The climax brings everyone together in the church, where the living and the dead collide. As Victor prepares to drink the poison that will make his marriage to Emily eternal, Emily herself has a change of heart. She sees Victoria, and in her sad eyes, she recognizes her own past pain. She realizes she can't inflict the same heartbreak on another woman. In a powerful act of love and empathy, she stops Victor and joins his hand with Victoria's, releasing him from his vow. At that moment, Lord Barkis storms in, revealing his true identity. He is the same man who murdered Emily all those years ago. He tries to take Victoria, but in the ensuing conflict, he accidentally drinks the poison meant for Victor and is dragged to the Underworld by the vengeful dead. Emily's decision to release Victor is the heart of the entire film. By freeing him, she isn't just saving him and Victoria. She is saving herself. She breaks the cycle of her own pain. For years, she was defined by being left at the altar, by a love that was stolen from her. But by choosing to let Victor go, she reclaims her own story. She understands that true love isn't about possession or obligation. It's about wanting the best for the person you care about, even if it means they won't be with you. This act of letting go is not one of surrender, but of incredible strength, self-love, and healing. She finally finds closure, not by getting a husband, but by freeing her own heart from the chains of the past. In the film's beautiful final moments, Emily steps out into the moonlight. Her vow is fulfilled, her murderer has been brought to justice, and she has found peace. She transforms into a swirl of hundreds of blue butterflies, ascending into the night sky, finally free. This powerful imagery teaches us a profound lesson. Letting go isn't about forgetting. It's about accepting our losses, learning from them, and allowing ourselves to heal so we can open our hearts to new possibilities. Emily Zest's journey from a heartbroken bride to a liberated spirit shows us that true freedom comes from within. It's about breaking free from the pressures, the fears, and the past traumas that hold us back. Corpse Bride is more than just a ghost story. It's a guide to self-discovery, showing us that even in the darkest of places, we can find our own light and fly free. Thank you so much for watching. If this story touched you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the films we love. See you next time.